Is there anything that Andrew Tate says that you fundamentally agree with?
I'll go further than that. I think the majority of what Andrew Tate says is probably positive. Take accountability for your actions, be in great shape, be action-oriented. But it then kind of comes off the rails. On the far right, the wrong vision of masculinity. I think people like Trump and Putin and Elon Musk are looked to as role models for masculinity for a lot of good reasons. But I think being a Putin, a criminal, Trump, or someone who has 11 kids, none of whom he's living with, Musk, I think that is exactly what it means to not be a man. On the far left, as far as I can tell, their vision of masculinity is to act more like a woman. I mean, I don't think that's not only what men in society are looking for, I don't think that's what women are looking for.
It is well documented that the vast majority of females gravitate towards the top percentile of successful men. Men, like Musk, Tate, and Trump, do not have to seek out women. And when compared to the far-right version you mentioned, is there any wonder why men would rather adopt the toxic remaining 10% of such men? Second, when analyzing women's mating behavior across the ages, women in general have little issue with masculine men having multiple partners. We can argue this point if you'd like, but the evidence supporting this is overwhelmingly consistent. Third, men can measure money and intelligence by their achievements. However, kindness is solely measured by the female in question. As long as her mate is kind towards her and their offsprings, it doesn't matter how cruel he is in business. Her mate's business sense is why she is attracted to him, and the reason she will follow him to the end of the earth without much debate or disagreement. Call it masculinity, assertiveness, risk-taking, it doesn't matter. In the end, women prefer men who can keep their world predictable. And finally, even though I agree there should be a new model of man for young men to emulate, the men demonstrating the traits I believe you're alluding to are far too busy being the rock for their own families to care, especially since the primary reason most young men want women is to get laid. I am not stopping my life to teach another man how to manipulate women. What I will do, however, is raise the type of man that sees women as a helpmate or partner. It is far easier to shape the minds of men through constant mentorship as a dedicated father than it is as a, when I get around to it, influencer.